Hello there, YouTube. This is my next invention. The two cans I used for this was the inner can. It doesn't matter what brand because I've used other brands. It's a 21 ounce can. 1 pound, 5 ounces. I know it probably won't. It doesn't matter what brand. I've used several brands. And then a big fruit can, which is your 29 ounce. It doesn't matter what brand it is. Okay, there isn't a lot of clearance on the bottom because they're almost as tall. There's not very much clearance on the bottom, but there's plenty of side clearance. Give me something for a pointer. There's plenty of side clearance in here. As you can see me sticking this in here. Okay, what I did was I went ahead and put some of that epoxy that you need together in here. And I do have a video that shows how I cut this out and use the can to push down here to form that lip. Okay, now we've got it through the lid of this can. Okay, we used a little bit of that where there's a little bit of a gap. We made some little brackets out of aluminum. And this was a can I cut the end out without taking this off with a safety can opener or a can opener because I don't want this falling off when I put this together. My whole idea for my invention is this will get air from here sucked down here for here. So it's going to act like its own windscreen. Whoops, don't knock the tripod over. So you get the idea. It's just your normal wood gas stove. This was a Christmas tin. I can't tell you how big it is. I can give you a rough estimate. It's probably 5 inches diameter by 6 inches tall, roughly. You can see what's in there. There'll be plenty of airspace to the bottom. That way it can fill up with ashes. This will be able to be taken apart and clean it. I don't want to stick it down in there all the way, but you get the idea. That way the air will suck in here and go down. That way, I'm trying to make something I don't have to have a windscreen for. And you could always stick this down. It won't be as hot either. I don't know if you'll be able to touch this, but if this was sitting on the ground or the grass, I don't think it'll be that hot. I wanted to show the bottom of this and read this. The company that made this was, the website is Allstate. Allstate.com. Steel can. So this was made in USA. It was Christmas candy or something in it. You can find this stuff on closeouts at dollar stores now. So if you see about what size this is compared to that. Now, I don't know if this stuff's going to burn off or not. We just want when this starts to be as airtight as possible to see how efficient it is. Like down the bottom. Those are a little over 1/4 inch holes. There's 16 holes. They're 1/4 inch. And then there's 8 more. Then little 1/8 inch holes, and then another 1/4 inch or so in the very center. There's not much clearance between the bottom of the inner can and the outer can. But these are 1/2 inch holes, top and bottom. Okay, 8 of them. Okay, so we want to make this out of 2 cans. There are 8 holes. They're 1/2 inch. Also on the outer can. That is 8 holes, evenly spaced. This is 8 holes that are 3/4 inch. Because I do have a big uni bit. You can use your step bit too and make it what size you want. But we're going to go ahead and stick this together. I don't know when I'll have a burn test. I'm out of wood chips. I have to go get some. But even if this burns, this is just cheap, $1 something a can gloss black paint. If this paint burns off, I will paint it with some barbecue paint or something. This is to show me how hot everything is getting. So I figured it's better to have some paint than none. That way it's going to tell me how hot everything's getting, how hot it's going to be getting around here. And then after I test it a little bit, I will be taking it apart, looking at it. And then I can always add in the description what my opinion is of it after I make a burn video. After I use it a couple times. Because not that I'm tired of making burn videos, it's cold and it's wintertime out, and with the wind, every time I go out, the wind is blowing. I will not burn this till there is no wind. That is the whole idea. I'm looking for something with its own built-in windscreen. The air will suck down here. I figured if the wind blows across, it's not going to be as bad. That's why I didn't want the air holes here. I want the air to suck in here, go down, and go up to the can. I think we covered it. Well, I mean, just too long a video. I covered what size cans I used, and I used that epoxy that you need together like clay. If you put on latex gloves, when you play with that epoxy, put on a pair of latex gloves and wet the gloves. It does not hurt if you have water on this when you're kneading it together. You use your bare hands, it'll be stuck all over it. It doesn't matter if there's water on it. I have used it several times and had water right on my gloves, and it mixes a lot better, a lot quicker. It will still get warm. You'll feel it getting warm through your gloves. That's how that stuff acts, chemical reaction. And it smooths good. You can dip your finger in the water and smooth it. And you can always take something like this and level off the top, a knife or something. You do have a lot of working time with it. This is the kind I use. It doesn't matter what brand it is. Blue Magic. It doesn't matter. You can use the JB Weld kind. I've used several kinds. I like almost all of them are the same. That covers that. Thanks for watching. I put in what size cans they were. And also like the little brackets and the rivet, the 1/8 inch rivet. That way we know this will never fall down in there. And on the bottom, if you're worried about your bottom of your can falling off, use a safety can opener. Make you some little brackets like I did here and rivet that bottom back on. Just make sure your rivets are short enough they don't come in and hit here. That's like these rivets. There's rivets on the bracket going this way. I made sure they were short enough not to hit this inner can. I thought I'd better add that. So you can put the bottom on so it's not going to fall off. There we go. Hopefully we'll have a day where we can have a test burn video on this.